Hello, my name is Timothy Clark, and I will be presenting my Abbreviated Impact Statement presentation for the case of the Public Safety Broadband Network playing the role as a government agent to a governing body or committee. Good morning. On September 11, 2001, our nation experienced one of the worst catastrophes in our country's history. In the course of the chaos and emergency response, due to lack of proper protocol and telecommunication implementation, we lost more first responders than in any other single event in our nation's past. Due to this fact, the U.S. Department of Commerce's National Telecommunication and Information Administration was created to spearhead significant improvements in our nation's emergency response. From this administration, the First Responder Network Authority, also known as FirstNet, was created. Upon initiation, FirstNet launched the nationwide public safety broadband network. This broadband network's mission is to provide first responders with the tools they need to do their jobs more effectively and to minimize the loss of life in the event of any future natural or man-made emergencies or disasters. The broadband network practically will tool first responders with updated mobile devices, infrastructure, and networks to communicate with other first responders. The network and systems are being implemented and constructed in 5 separate geographic regions across the U.S. During the implementation and construction phases of the nationwide public safety broadband network, or NPSBN for short, there are expected potential environmental impacts that the system will have. It is my goal to address these impacts and state the courses of action that are being taken to mitigate them. The impacts include transportation, emergency response, topsoil erosion, and biological habitat potential risks. Taking a deeper look into possible risks the network will have on transportation services, we see that the practical impact that the network could have centers around an increase in traffic congestion and delays, which could potentially increase the rate of traffic incidents and crashes. The health risks associated with this environmental impact would have direct association to the traffic incident increase. In order to mitigate these outcomes, the implementation crews could avoid high-volume roads and peak-level hours when constructing. As far as emergency response risks, there could possibly be disruptions or interruptions to the telecommunication networks. This could have direct health impacts if there are any delays in emergency response. To limit these risks, the FirstNet team could organize and implement backup networks to be used when the main ones are down. The construction teams could also coordinate with the emergency responders as to what times the networks could be down so they could plan accordingly. When it comes to natural environmental hazards of the network, one possible risk could be the increase of topsoil erosion. To mitigate these risks, crews could avoid disturbing ground on steep grades that have potential to alter the landscape if excavated into. They could also avoid moving equipment following a rainstorm that dampens the soil. Another natural environmental impact could be the disruption of lifestyles and habitats of local wildlife and ecosystems. To avoid any undue changes to the surrounding environment, we could initiate action plans that prioritize unique habitats and ecosystems when planning our infrastructure locale. To make sure the FirstNet's suggestion action plans for environmental impact mitigations are effective, it would be important to monitor their success. To monitor the natural impacts of the broadband network they will have environmental specialists evaluate the landscape before and after construction of the network to determine if there is any serious erosion, manipulation, or destruction of geographic features or pertinent habitats. Similarly, they will evaluate traffic incidents compared to past years to see if any significant changes occurred. Concurrently, emergency response times and outcomes will be evaluated before, during, and after construction. Thank you for your time.